Hit the mics, take a seat, it's about to ignite. Two dudes with the spread, keep your bets locked tight. Sports talk sharp like a razor blade edge. Numbers don't lie, no need for a hedge. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth. From the pitch to the court where legends birth. Plays and parlays, every wager's worth. Sit back, tune in, ride the wave of mirth. Game clock's ticking, we predicting the heat. Fast talk, faster stats, never tasting defeat. Breakdowns crisp, clear, a handicapper's delight. Rolling dice with insight under stadium lights. Feel the rush, odds crush and adrenaline flow. Front row seats in this betting expo. Chasing triumphs, breaking every curse. Welcome to the greatest fucking show on earth.
Welcome. Two Guys, One Spread podcast, episode number 19. I'm just going to keep counting the episodes.
Yeah, you like counting up.
I like it. How's everyone doing? Getting ready to talk some NBA and NHL playoffs. We got some good series going on, some that weren't so hot.
Some good, some really bad ones, especially
Some
in the
really
NBA.
bad ones. We are going to get back on the gambling train and put a couple bets in. I told Tommy I set up a little tracker to make it easier for us to keep track of our wins and losses.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. I mean, besides, I think after we got past that Super Bowl, I think both of us has been pretty hot. Actually.
Yeah.
Definitely in that 60% range after the Super Bowl. I mean, I started 0-3, so
Yeah.
I'm above 500 now. So feeling good about bets, actually.
Making a little cash. That's what's important.
We'll talk a little bit also at the end. You just want to make some money. The Derby's on Saturday, and that's where you can make some money. So
Yeah.
I got a couple little talks about the horses. I love the ponies, so we'll talk a little bit about that.
Always fun to have some Derby stuff going on.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs. I've been watching a lot of it. I've enjoyed it. There's some bad series. Those 1-8 series just awful. Awful. There's no reason to talk about them. They're bad series. They were blowouts. The Heat, they lost by 60, I think, the last game. Grizzlies lost by 50 a game. These games should not be played. But there are some really good series. My Pacers, they blew out the Bucks. I told you about my Pacers. I told you.
Yeah.
You want to hear about it.
Bucks are falling apart now. That franchise. I mean, they ran the Giannis train, I think, as long as they can.
I think so too. They try to bring in Lillard, and now he's got a tore Achilles.
Yeah.
That's out for a year. So.
That looks like it's. I mean, I think Giannis is probably going to want out.
I agree. I agree with you there.
Gone back.
But the Pacers played really well. That was a good series for me. I mean, it wasn't a great series, but it was a great series for me because I liked the Pacers. But some other really good ones here. I don't know. Have you watched any? Did you watch like that Nuggets game on Saturday night when they won by, I don't know, a tenth of a second?
Yeah. They're definitely not the same team
They're not.
that they've been. I mean, Jokic is like unbelievable.
Yeah.
And on any single game, I think he can. I mean, we did talk a little bit about how when they fired their coach, and you're like, all right, that's something's not right.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. The guy just wins a title, and now you're, a month left in your season, and you're firing your coach.
Yeah, I mean they're up 3-2, and they've won the last two of that.
Right.
So
right. They won pretty good last night, and obviously they had that buzzer beater, the air ball dunk on Saturday. It's funny because I've watched a lot of this series, and I swear the Clippers are the better team. Yet the first game they lost in overtime. The Clippers lose in overtime. And then you have the airball dunk, and it's been an interesting series. The Nuggets, I don't even think they're the best team in the series, but they're up 3-2.
Yeah,
a chance to close it out.
I mean, I've been hearing a lot of talk again about just how awesome Kawhi is, right? And I think on an earlier episode, didn't we talk about? I mean, the guy plays like 40 games a season. But they're like, you know, when he is healthy, he is out there and he's, I mean, I've heard unstoppable.
Yeah.
Offense, defense,
Yeah, he's a
like,
great two-way player. Great two-way player. Yeah, they got a good team there, and their center, I forget his name, but I guess he's
Zubac.
one of the best defenders against Jokic the last two seasons. So he's given some fits to the MVP, but it's been a good series, and I think it's gonna go seven. To be honest with you, it's a little nugget of a tip for my bet coming up later.
Yeah, I know Denver hasn't been a exceptional road team, and it gives the vibe of the
Yeah.
7 game series. Um, Lakers T Wolves.
This is another one I told you about. You don't want to listen. You didn't want to listen to me.
I gotta go back and
You got to go back and listen. You got to remember. I
I-
said they don't play defense. It's a problem. You
yeah,
have to play some defense. Talk about defense. The Lakers scored 95. They lose by 17,
yeah.
something like that. 17. They lose by 22.
Well, I mean, they fell apart. They fell apart in that last loss, right? I mean,
Right.
they had, what was it, an 8 or 9 point lead after
Yeah,
3,
yeah. I got the wrong.
and just totally fell apart. And that's
Right. And was interesting because I've watched one of the games they lost. You got LeBron that went off and Luca that went off. Both
Yeah.
had good offensive games, and they still lose, and that's not good.
yeah.
That's
I
not
mean,
good. The Ant-Man, man, that guy's awesome.
yeah,
Just a great player, could take over a game. They have great defense, the big guys. I mean, I
I
don't see the Lakers coming back in this series.
no,
Um,
I cannot see a way that they're going to win three in a row.
I feel like I'm tooting my own horn here a little bit, but I called this one too. I liked yeah, I didn't like the Lakers at all in this series, so I like that. I feel like very smart. Very smart guy here.
All right. Well, I think I was right on. You may have been too, but this Golden State one, right?
Right.
I mean, I loved the second they got Jimmy Butler. I mean, that's contributing to how bad the Heat are, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the Heat can say what they want, and whether it be they didn't want to pay him or whatever it is, but like that guy's been the heart and soul of that team.
Right.
Oh, they got Hero, but he's come off the bench for a long time, and he's a good player and he plays minutes. But Jimmy Butler is a playoff guy, and I mean, I know that it looks like it looks likely that game's going to a 6th game.
Yeah, I was just watching it. It was Blowout City.
But I think I said this in the beginning. I feel like Houston is a good team, and they're on the rise. But
Right.
it takes most of the time. It takes their steps and progressions to this.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Houston they've impressed me. I've these games. It's like you watch it, then today they're terrible. Golden State's bad.
Yeah,
It's and then you watch the other game, and they're dominant.
yeah.
They play that irritating style. They get what's his name, just an irritant out there.
Oh, Draymond.
Draymond
Yeah.
was he should have been. I don't know if you saw. He should have been thrown out of that game. There's no reasonable reason for them to dive on a person, do a roll, kick his feet on his head. They're like, oh, he wasn't going for he wasn't doing anything. He wasn't going for the ball. He wasn't doing anything except for just being himself.
That's right.
Which is fine. And you need a guy like that. I don't have a problem with him.
Yeah.
Actually, I really don't. He's an irritant, and I like those kind of players. But he should have been thrown out. It should have been his second technical in that game.
I mean, there's so many.
I'm like, the announcer's like, well, that's a basketball. I go, it's not a basketball play. He gets cookied. The ball gets tipped away from him, so he dives on the guy. No, not even trying to go for the ball, and then he rolls over and he kicks his legs. Now his legs are on his face.
They say if you watch the NBA, they say there's a lot of things that are determined about a basketball play, right?
Right.
They're like any review, especially towards the end, they're like, oh, I mean that's a basketball play, and sometimes I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
elbow him in the face, right? Like,
Right.
well, I don't know, like it's a bad, like they say that all the time.
Well, then
Draymond,
he's getting up. He grabs his leg. The whole
he,
thing.
you
It's all
know,
good. It's fine. He's great at what he does.
yeah, he's always gonna push
Yeah.
that little bit extra, and
Yeah.
every now and then it catches him, and he gets that extra T, or he just gets thrown
Right.
out. He even does it with his own teammates,
I
right?
know. I know.
I mean, he punched a guy in practice.
Right. No, I don't have a problem the way he plays. It's just that it should have been. I think he should have
That's
been thrown
right.
out of the
There's
last game.
times you watch it and you're like, yeah, that's Draymond. Come on,
Yeah,
like
it's
what
come
do
on.
you?
You got that was a second technical in my book. They didn't call it, and they pulled ahead in that game, but they're getting blown out tonight. So it looks like a game six definitely there. All the others, well, we got the Magic Celtics. That was kind of a blowout,
Yeah, I
and
think
the
I
Knicks and the Pistons. That's really the last good series going on. You were talking about the Pistons. You like the Pistons in this series a little bit. I
yeah
know
I
you liked them game
definitely
one. They're playing like a nice. They're playing like a young team. They're just scrappy. They're staying in all these games. I don't really think they've been really outplayed by any. There's been questionable call at the end of the game. The last one maybe should have been a foul on that 3-pointer
I
to give
mean
them a shot to win that game.
these games are
So they're
like
hanging in with
well,
the
the first
Knicks.
game they lost by 11, right?
Right.
Um, second game won by 6, lost by 2, lost by 1, won by 3. I mean
Yeah.
those are all one possession games right
Great
down
game.
the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Evenly matched teams.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
think
still think the Knicks are going to pull this out, just like we were talking about. They're still a young team.
yeah.
Knicks got a little couple more proven players.
Cade, did
But
you see Cade opened his mouth today though?
oh,
I think Cade said that it's going back. It's going back. He's predicting Game 7.
that's a classic young
Yeah,
player move right
yeah,
there.
yeah. I agree. I think the Knicks will end up winning the series. I mean, listen, either of these. I think the Knicks obviously will give a little bit, maybe a little bit of resistance versus the Knicks, but if somehow Detroit gets through, I think they just get
We're
trucked.
going to talk about the Celtics. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you're right.
Celtics.
Either one of these teams is done. Just like I like my Pacers. I the Cavs are a weird team because there's no
Yeah,
great player
yeah,
that I look on that team and go, man, he's awesome.
yeah.
And
You're like, wow, this guy
dominate.
is. I think they've built it. I think
Yeah,
they've built this team. Or it's like it for the a core of it's been together for a while.
yeah,
Like, and I think they're just really hitting their stride. I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys with that average double figure points.
yeah. That's pretty good.
That's pretty
It's a
good.
good, rounded team.
And they have 4 guys that are 16 and above.
Yeah, that's impressive. You can see why they just been blowing teams out and had a great season.
Yeah,
I don't see either of these teams getting past the next round, but it's been a good series. It's been fun to watch.
yeah, yeah. The Knicks, like I said, I think the Knicks will be a little scrappier for the Celtics, but I think we're cruising towards a 1-2 Celtics Cavs probably, right?
Yeah, in the East, I definitely agree.
Man, that's that next round for I mean Thunder Nuggets. That'll be if that happens, that'll
If
be.
that happens, anybody I know,
I mean, it was just with
they're very good.
uh,
Thunder look awesome.
those
They
two
look great.
guys fighting for MVP and like the numbers that they put up. That would be that'd be pretty sweet. It's almost a little bit of a shame that one of those teams won't get a chance to go to the Western Conference
I
Finals.
know. I agree. Now the West is totally different. I actually think whoever goes to the next round still has a chance to keep going forward. All those teams are pretty good. Obviously, the Thunder are beasts in the West.
Yeah,
I do think, especially against the Nuggets, it'd be a interesting series.
yeah, that would be wild to watch. That one would be a ton of fun. So.
We'll look forward to it, and we'll go back in the second round. We'll start talking about it. But that's the NBA in the first round right now. Let's go to hockey.
Hockey. Oh,
Speaking of hockey, that you got the worst logo in all sports on right today. I see that was ever created.
the, uh,
The
ever
slug.
created?
It the Saber Slug might be the worst logo in sports history.
I don't know. I don't know about that. Well, it's not good because I can't
It's
say
not good.
what.
I'll try to think of another one, but it's got to be up there. It's a horrible logo.
What about that? What about that? Is it the old Cleveland Brown guy?
Right.
Looks like a leprechaun.
Yeah, it kind of looks a little leprechaunish.
What's
It's not the greatest. But I think it's amazing compared to the slug. I mean,
oh,
the
oh,
only thing good that the slug brought back was the blue and gold. At least it brought the colors back. But because I'm not a goat guy either. I think those are bad jerseys. Those are not too far behind for me. I don't
really?
like the goat either.
It's funny because I actually there's a part of me that like likes the goat now. Sometimes when things go away and then they come
Right.
back a little bit. So my favorite, I actually like the goat head, but the white and gold goat head that they do sometimes.
Oh yeah. I've seen those. I've seen that's better. I'm not a
Yeah,
big.
this is bad. I'm
Yeah,
not. This is
yeah,
not
the
good.
slug's bad. The
Not
slug's
good. And ironically, it was like wasn't that was like the start of Briere's
bad.
time
Yeah. Oh yeah.
when they were great.
I know.
Uh, looks like the Panthers are about to wrap that series up. I don't know when if they just scored, but that's 5-3 with 5 minutes left.
Right. 5-3. Yeah.
Um,
And the Caps look like they're done. They wrapped it up.
yeah, they wrapped it up. Jets and Blues in a bit of a.
Yeah. It was a little shocking here. They
I mean, it started out. We'll start off over there. Yeah, it started out the way I thought it was going to be. Right,
yeah.
Jets kind of just beat them up, but looks
That's
like
interesting. The first game, the Blues came out hot, and they were up like I think 3-0, and they blew that game.
yeah.
And then the Jets got them in game two. But yeah, the Blues played tough in the series.
Well, and I heard some stupid stat about Bennington and like maybe when his back's against the wall, like or like when they're I don't know some playoff stat with him, not just playoffs. I mean he played great in the World Cup of hockey.
Right.
Is that what it's called?
It wasn't the World Cup, no.
What was it called again?
You talk about the four?
The All-Star thing.
Yeah. The 4
Oh,
seasons.
oh yeah. Well, he was great there, and he's been playing well. That series is tight.
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2, 2-2 is a series. It's 1-1 right now in the second. So
Right.
if the if the Jets
if the Blues if the Blues can pull this out, they go home for
Yeah,
possible
one-
chance to win.
and you've won 3 in a row, I
Yeah.
mean, so Avs Stars, that series has been really good. I mean, you get a bunch of scoring with it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of scoring that series. It's been good.
That game with Rottenden picking up a bunch of points, that had to feel pretty good. He's had
That was amazing.
he's had quite an interesting season. Dallas is like they're that team, like they just you had just mentioned about the Cavs and not having superstars,
But yeah.
and I feel that's the way Dallas is. You just look on paper and you see the Avalanche and you're like, "Ooh, look at that guy's great. That guy's great." You know what I mean?
Young
But
goaltending on the Avalanche. Who knows if that's really coming to play? But the Stars have been able to put up some goals, it's been tough. I watched all of game one of this series, and even that game, which was a blowout, but it really, if you watch that game, it was 2-1 late, and like in the last few minutes, Colorado really put a couple empty netters and this and that. So even the one game they won, it was very close, and we'll see. I'm hoping. I picked the Avalanche to go on and move along here. So for my picks, I would like the Avalanche to somehow come back here.
the Knights and Wild. So I mean, we looked like maybe we were going to get our Jack Eichel eliminated, but
Yeah.
that's swung away a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll say this: this is another fun series. Kaprizov, that guy from the moment. So there's certain guys that like I'll watch, and I just am like, wow, they look different, right? And from the time he stepped on the ice as a rookie, I remember being like, geez, man, this guy can skate and he can just do some stuff. I mean, he's incredible on his skates. He really is. And I think, I mean, he's making Matt Boldy. I'm not that Matt Boldy's not a really good player because he is, but like when those guys are on the ice, they're a lot to handle. I just don't know if they're deep enough. I feel like that line, like they kind of rely on that line for a bunch.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
But I remember when I first saw maybe it was the second season with like McKinnon, and there was just a couple games that I watched him, and I was like, dude, this guy's unbelievable, right? And the Avs weren't very good, and his numbers weren't great.
Right.
In fact, his numbers weren't really that good at all. And I used to always bug my buddy Dennis about like, dude, we need to draft this guy for our fantasy hockey league.
Yeah.
They're not good. And I'm like,
me?
you cannot be this talented, and it doesn't at one point come out.
Yeah. Right.
And then all of a sudden, the one season, I can't remember if it was his third or his fourth, McKinnon just took off, right? And that's the way I just think Kirill Kaprizov is. I think he's just going to continue to get better, and the Wild are going to get better. I'm just not sure if this is their time to beat Vegas.
Right. We'll see. We'll see. The Wild's been giving them fits, and it goes back to Minnesota. So we'll see. I love Game 7, so I'm rooting.
Yeah. Oh, that would be one hell of a Game 7.
Go ahead.
I would love that. Would be an unbelievable Game 7.
No, it would be an even better Game 7. It would be the Senators and the Maple Leafs. Because the Leafs had this series. They did. But, I mean, they're all, besides the first game, they've been really close. Actually, I say that, but these games have been good. And the Senators could be the 3-2 team, really.
I mean, the Leafs they just can't get out of their own way. I mean, their fans have to just be like, come on, why are we so good and then just not so good?
Yeah.
I mean,
they've given
up
in Game 7. I'm rooting for the Senators. These games have been close. I don't know.
But that means there's the potential of Dylan Cousins moving on.
I know. Oh, as soon as he scored yesterday, phone blows up.
I don't know if
Cousins.
I don't know if I could stomach that. But
I'd rather have him move on and Maple Leafs lose.
But also as a Maple Leafs hater, because the Sabres rival, could you imagine the pressure of a Game 7? The Leafs would. I mean, you could say all you want that you won't feel the pressure, but
right.
That would be that would be wild. Edmonton, LA.
So the Oilers changed goaltending. I mean, they had to. You can't keep giving up 6 goals a game and expect wins coming your way.
No.
So if they change goaltending, they're only giving up 3 goals a game. That's better. And they've been able to pull off a couple wins and get back in the series.
I mean, right now as a team in the series, they have an below 87 save percentage.
Yeah,
I mean, Skinner's is 81. I mean,
Skinner was bad. Oh,
I mean, the moments that I've watched, especially early in the series, like the Oilers didn't look good at all.
No, I'll agree there. You know, you can always blame the goalie. It's an easy guy to point to, but they weren't good. Even
I mean, it's almost amazing that they're up 3-2 in the series, but they
is it 3-2?
yeah,
Too
3-2.
far
They
behind.
they won the other
Oh yeah.
they won the other one 3-1. I mean, they were down.
Right,
They gave up 12 goals in the first two.
right.
Even the ones that, I mean, they scored 7, 4, and 3, right? So they're averaging a little over 4 in the last 3
Yeah,
games. I mean, you better win if you're scoring that many goals in playoff hockey. Um, that would be another one that would be pretty awesome if if it were to go 7. I
yeah.
think I heard this is, I guess this is cool because this is probably why the NHL keeps with this. I think this is the 4th first round series in a row that these teams have met.
They've matched up.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, I don't like. I know what you're saying. I don't like it, but I get it. I get what you're saying. It's cool that they have these matchups and
Yeah, you get that matchup and
build
that
up that hatred for a team.
correct. I mean that's to me that's got to be half of the only reason why they do it. I mean, if you look, Draisaitl and McDavid both have 10 points in the series. One's a +6, one's a +5. Corey Perry, I mean, come on, man. This guy,
It's unbelievable.
he's so old. He's so old, but I mean, and Bouchard's got 7 points. After that, it's just they don't have much. But those two guys are just so good.
Yeah.
And
The Oilers can't go. You can't get. You can't take penalties.
no,
Can't.
I'm just gonna say he's got. Interesting. McDavid don't have a power play point, but Draisaitl's got 4. I mean,
Yeah.
half
It
almost.
is crazy that McDavid doesn't have a power play point. It's wild.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm watching and it's like they go on the power play. It feels like it's automatic almost.
I know. I mean, they move the puck. They just move the puck really well.
Yeah.
So, I saw, Evander Kane. He's a playoff player. He's gritty. He can add something. He's got
Around?
3 points. Yep, he's been around. I mean, he's no Corey Perry, but
No.
what was Corey Perry? Take a guess. What was Corey Perry's first season?
Let's see. I mean, I'll go 2012. That too far behind?
05-06.
Oh my god.
Oh, 05
Oh my god.
He's about to be
20 years?
he's about to be 40.
What an ancient piece
Yeah,
of shit.
I mean he's been around. I mean, but he still contributes everywhere he goes. I mean, he's in the
There's a
playoffs,
reason why he's sticking around. He's not because it's
but he had a stretch. He had a stretch where he went to like 3 or 4 cups in a row too.
yeah.
With the teams that he's been with. He contributes. He still can contribute. He gets in front. He's dirty. He's gritty.
Yeah.
He knows the game. So,
Yeah, kind of guy you want.
and then on the other side, you got the Capitals. They kind of.
That was surprising that went 4-1. I thought the Canadians were going to give up a little bit more of a fight in this one, but
I think that I don't know. I mean, I said this before. I didn't love the Caps. I still want to think like
Right.
that. What do they got? I'm curious to see this. I was watching that double overtime game with the Hurricanes and the Devils.
I watched that last night. Yeah,
I mean, the
Goaltender Hurricanes it was constant pressure. The
It was-
entire
they were flying.
yes,
The Devils couldn't even touch the puck.
dude. As soon as they got it, their only idea was to maybe chip it out of their zone
Yeah.
and get a line change. That
So-
was all their goal was.
So there was a part of me that was like, man, do the Canes look this good? Now the Canes have some offense and they got
Right.
some guys that can play, and Burns is still all over the ice. That guy's all over the ice. and they're strong. But I was trying to figure out how much of this is the Canes are really good, and the Devils are not that good, and they have injuries and stuff along those lines. You know what I mean? I'm curious to see the Devil or the Canes and the Capitals.
Yeah, that's a good matchup. I again, I thought the Canadians, a young, fast team, was going to give them a little bit more fits. I think now you're getting another fast team, but more seasoned a team, and I hate Carolina. It's my least favorite hockey team. But
Really?
yeah, I hate them. There's nothing I like about them, but it's I watched that game yesterday. I was like, this is insane. This goalie's standing on his head. It, I think
He was staying. I mean,
you think he saved something like 35 in a row before he finally just gave one up.
I think it was even more than that. I think
Might have been.
it was up to 38, and it might even got to 40. And those were
There's
weren't
nothing
like
simple
dumpings.
about it. Yeah.
Those were not dumpings. I mean, they were
No.
coming
It
waves.
was just waves and waves of shots. It was unbelievable.
I
Like
know.
said, they were just fighting to just get it out and get some changes in. I think at one point in the first overtime it was like 14-1 shots.
Yes, it was. It was 14-1, which sometimes that works, right? Like all it takes is one break, a block shot, and
Sure.
you break away, or a deflection. So like it was one of those where you're watching and you're just like, man, it almost seems inevitable, but that's
Yeah, you almost feel like, oh man, we've had so many shots here to do this. They're going to come back, get a little deflection.
But that's
or
what makes
something,
playoff hockey the best,
Yeah.
right? Is
Yeah,
you're like,
I've seen it so many times.
everyone watching is like, dude, one of these Carolina's going to score, but what if, right? Like, what if? And I mean, it was wild. I want to see where the hell how Washington looks versus Carolina. That'll tell me how good Carolina really looked. I mean, they looked really good in the series, but I don't know how much the Devils really had to bring, especially without Hughes.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting. I saw a thing where I don't know how to explain it. It basically talked about like consistently like the fastest players like in the league and like the slowest players, and like it was like the number of times a guy had like bursts that were super slow. Ovechkin was like the second least in the whole league, right? Which isn't shocking.
No.
But just seeing that had me wondering, like, man, can they match up with some of the speed that Carolina can bring?
But that Wilson hit.
Yeah,
just murdered the guy. Led right to a goal. Guy couldn't get off the ice.
Yeah,
Get in. I mean, it was destruction.
and I get upset because I hear people talking about the hit, and there's people like it was a charge. I looked.
No charge.
If that check is illegal or dirty, stop checking. Just stop checking. The puck was like in his feet, right?
Yeah.
I mean, on the replay, you could see his feet actually stop, and he's gliding. I mean, he was flying, but he was gliding the last 2 to 4 feet, 4 to 5 feet of that. He was gliding. His shoulder went right through the guy's shoulder, right? Like, they're always like, oh, the head. I'm like, listen, you have two guys, unless one guy's 1.5 feet taller, the head's always going to look like it's getting hit. It looked to me like that it was like shoulder right on torso. Of course, when it's that speed, your head's going to fly back, but that was awesome. I mean, that check was sick. And
it was great.
And when it comes from Wilson, who's just like he's got that history, and does he go over the line? Sure. And he's pesky and people hate him, but that was crushing. I mean,
it was awesome. And the fact he led right to a goal, it was even better.
What did you see the play? Did you see the one goalie interference that they actually didn't call goalie interference?
Yes.
got hurt on.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes you it's probably all sports, right? You watch these and sometimes you're just like, man, I wonder, like, do I know what I'm talking about, or do I like I don't know how it wasn't goalie interference.
I know. Do you see the goalie, the one that they challenged? We're not. Are we talking about the one they challenged and lost, and then they?
And the goalie got hurt. Anderson got hurt.
No, we're talking about two different. I'm talking about a different one.
All right.
The one that was in that ended up becoming a penalty because they challenged. They didn't win the challenge, and then it was not. Mine was. I didn't think it was goaltending, but I didn't see this one.
Oh well, you'll have to go in and look. He's I mean, the guy's going to the net, and he didn't stop. He didn't really get pushed in. He just skated like right into him. I mean, there was a defender that was kind of there.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know. I was kind of shocked by that. But I always think goalie interferences are I don't know. I feel like they could go any way, right? So like I always feel I do like the fact that there's that penalty that comes with it, because before you're always like, yeah, what the hell?
I do love the penalty that comes with it.
What?
I do love it too. This is a different game, but it was. I don't know why they even bothered challenging. This was not goaltender interference, but they challenged it, and they got the penalty, and right away they score, and that was the game. So I mean, I love that I love that they added this as you want to challenge it, go ahead.
That's right.
But the added penalty makes you really think about it instead of
correct.
Just like, let's challenge it.
Almost feel like you have to be like. I mean, I guess there's two scenarios, right? The one where you're like, if you really think, but before you would just be like, oh, it's just halfway through the second period and I haven't used my challenge.
Right.
Sure. I mean, goals are hard to come by.
Sure.
If I could get one canceled out, I'm going to do it all day. But now there's that added, like, you really have to feel, I guess now you may get into, the third period and there's 5 minutes left and you're like, what the hell? What do I got to lose, right? At this point. But still, if there's only 5 minutes left, you're running the risk of being shorthanded for two of them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I thought that was...
It is good. I like the fact that they do have that penalty if you get it wrong.
Yeah. So, so I mean the playoffs. I think they've been pretty good. I think that next round, if I'm going to assume Toronto goes through. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. But if Toronto goes through, I'm really excited for that series. And Jets are up 2-1. I'd like to see we talked earlier. I'd like to see the Jets versus either the Stars or the Avs.
Right.
And I think that next series there, I think the NHL playoffs will have some really good series. I guess I don't know the Caps, outside of now that Ovechkin's not chasing any goal record. They're not my favorite team to watch, but yeah, we'll see where that goes. Let's talk a couple bets.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier that I've watched this more of this basketball series, and I feel like the Clippers are the better team. It's just from what I'm watching, I just feel like every time I watch, they're the better team, even though the record doesn't say it. And this spread is weird. For a team that's down, -6.5, I think it's
yep.
It's a lot. I mean, but I'm taking it.
It you know what? That's the one. It is a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot. I mean, they're not even winning the series.
I know, but
that's a lot.
But I mean, they were 30-11 at home,
right?
And Denver's not a great away team,
right?
And I've said this before. I love the bet that doesn't seem right, because I swear to God, it wins 80% of the time.
Yeah,
when you're like, geez, where's that coming from, right?
Yeah, I mean, and the last time they were in Houston, they beat them by.
In LA, you mean?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, they're playing their. Listen. Oh yeah, Clippers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got that wrong. I'm going scrolling through my games here, and I went too
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
Yeah. Let me see what the last
The last time they played there.
series. Let's see if I can just bring it up.
It was the last time they, so that would have been game 3. They murdered them. They did murder them.
They didn't murder them.
But the game before that was 3.
Right. So, and then the last game, the Nuggets just beat them by 16.
Yeah.
It's a weird spread. I know home and away and everything like that, but you
I
just
like I
lose.
like
You
home.
just lose by 16, and now you're favored by 6.5. It's weird to me. So
Yeah, and
I'm taking it, and I'm betting. I'm going to take the Clippers minus 6.5 in that game.
I like that. I like that you're taking it. I like that you're taking it. I think that's the right move. I am going to go. I'm going to take that. I'm going to go with the same game, but I'm going to go over. I'm going to take the over 212.
212. Okay,
Yeah. Um,
I like that.
I think you get a great Jokic every single time, right?
Right.
LA can score and they're at home. I feel like I feel like both of those teams are going to be above 100. I like the chance of one of them having a hot quarter, like a hot quarter someplace. I'll go over the 212.5 on that one. If one of these, I mean the last not the last game went way over. The two before that both had a team that was under 100. I just think in LA that they're going to be LA's going to come out, with everything that they got. Jokic, I think, is almost unstoppable. He's going to get his numbers.
Right.
I like that one. You got a second one?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm gonna go hockey here. I'm gonna go to the All Canada Series. I'm gonna take the Senators getting the goal and a half. From what I've seen, it's besides this game one where the Leafs really dominated. It's gone 3-2 overtime, 3-2 overtime, 3-4 overtime, and Ottawa killed them in the last game. So, you got, to me, Ottawa covering that 4 out of 5 games. I'm going to stick with it and take the goal and a half. And hopefully either they cover or they win.
Well, let's see if we both could be winners, because I'm gonna go Toronto. I'm gonna go Toronto money line.
Okay.
I see it
We can both
here as
do it here.
minus 105. I know they're on the road. They don't
Minus
have.
105. That's minus 105. I don't hate.
I think they're a better team. I think one of these games. They're just, Toronto's one of those teams that at any game they could put 6-7 on the board, right?
Right.
They have a bunch of offense. Shutout last game. They've had 3, 3, 3, and 6 before that. I like their chances to get 3, if not more, and win that game. So
We can
hopefully
both get a piece of this.
that's right. Maybe we could both get a piece of it. So,
I like it.
all right, you wanted to touch Derby.
I did. I love the ponies. I've been to the Derby twice. It's an amazing experience.
Have
Uh,
you already put all your Derby research in?
I've done some.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was
I
gonna
got
say,
a little bit more. I'm gonna, I'll have probably like a few trifecta boxes on this race. Yeah. Listen, we love gambling. the Derby, you can win some money. I mean, you get some long shots to come in here, and you can really put $2, $6 to turn it into a couple hundred. Well, not easily. There's 20 horses, but you know, it's not easy to make a bet for $2 and win maybe 300
Yeah.
in a race. So yeah, I was looking things over. Um, Listen, Bobby Baffert, my boy,
Oh,
Bobby
that
B,
guy.
he's back. His suspension's over. Love Bobby Baffert. The
What do
guy,
you love? What do you love about him?
the guy winning horses. Sure, they're
I
juiced
mean,
up.
I'll give him that.
They're juiced up on whatever, and they're whatever happens to these horses, I can't defend what he's done, but he does have winning horses. His suspension's over. He's got two horses in this race. I believe he's got two, and then you got let's see, two horses in this race. I think only one, and then you got Todd Pletcher, who's another great trainer. But I'm gonna go. The favorite is Journalism. He's at +3. The favorites in the Derby historically do terrible as far as winning. I think they're over. I can't remember how many years in a row they have not won. It is hard. He's got the eighth position, which is not terrible,
Yeah.
but I'm not taking I'm not going with the favorite. The favorite doesn't do well in the Derby for whatever reason. Too many horses, too many chains. Crazy things can happen.
Well,
Um,
think when there's so many horses, like it's one thing to be, to be the best of your group in a eight horse.
right.
But
None
you
of
get you
these
get
ho-
20
these
there.
they run in this race. They'll never see more than 6 to 9 horses in a race ever again. I mean, ever. That's it.
And,
I mean, this 20 horse race is insane. It's
and
something other than
all it takes is one guy, one bump,
right,
or one horse to just be on, right?
right.
To be
One
on.
horse, just you get stuck behind this, crowd. That's why, I like the horse one, Citizen Bull. I actually like him, but he's got a whole post one is just, you get pinched out by all these horses. You got 19 of the horses come trying to get to the rail. If you're not out in first, you're just have no chance.
Yeah.
So, listen, here's my bets. I'm going with I'm gonna go with Sovereignty. He's my winning horse.
All right. He's
The jockey is Junior Alvarado. He's a kind of a favorite, 5-1. I also like another kind of favorite in the Sandman. Jose Ortiz is a great jockey. He's at 6-1. And I am gonna go. Let me see. I got one more in my try. I'm taking a 20-1 Grande, Todd Pletcher, John Velasquez, another great jockey. That's gonna be my trifecta box for my win. I got a couple other horses I like, but that's gonna be my trifecta box right there.
all right.
Don't be afraid to put journalism in your box if you're gonna bet. Like I said, I'm gonna have a multiple trifectas. I'm gonna put journalism in a couple, and I'll put a couple of longer shots. I also like Burnham Square, and who else? There's another horse I kind of liked in here, real quick. I'll mention it. There's a lot of horses, but let's see where I can find them. I like the Publisher as well, so I'll have a mix of matching all these horses and put a couple bucks out there.
Well, I'll have to. I'm gonna have to. Maybe I'll have to Facebook Live
All right.
my picks because I usually don't get around to doing research until maybe the day before.
Yeah, I mean you got time, and you got all day Saturday. It doesn't go off to 7 o'clock on Saturday, so you got a lot
But
of
as I've
time.
said before, I like to think I'm really good at a lot of stuff. Horse racing is usually not my thing
Right.
for some
I mean,
reason.
I've lost. Well, I don't know if I've lost money in my life doing horse racing, but it's just fun. Yeah, I
It's
don't know. I don't know anything about anything. These horses.
but I've gone stretches where I'm like, all right, because I don't love picking the favorite because I'm like, what I'm I want to win a little bit of money,
Yeah,
right?
you want some money.
So, but I won't take the crazy long shots either, and maybe that's why I get screwed. But I end up Like I'll have the guy that's like, oh, this guy should be in contention.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Although I feel like maybe I think I've had a winner in like maybe 2 of the last 4 or something, but historically it's not pretty. Last year 18-1 was the winner. Mystic Dan 18-1.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
so it's not crazy to think that, any of these, 15, 20-1s can do it. But yeah, we'll see. Derby's always a good time. Always a good time.
Right.
I saw something. Baffert's gonna have a special interview with Mike Tirico. You're gonna watch that. I guess I don't know. I don't like the guy. I just get tired.
I get why you don't like him. I mean, he's shady guy,
Yeah,
but his horses
and
win.
I don't know. I just get tired of it. It's always him. So
It is
I
him.
always love
Let's root him.
I always love how horse racing is on. So it's on 3 times a year, basically like regular pig. And the amount of pregame that they have for the Derby is just crazy.
It is crazy.
I mean, you're like, I don't know if there's this much pregame for the Super Bowl on the actual.
But there are basic Super Bowls every hour to bet on up until the main Super Bowl. And you could win the same amount of money betting in the 5th race of Derby Day as you can win.
I don't think they don't cover them all.
Yeah, they do. They play. I think they're on TV on NBC from like 3 o'clock on, and then they just talk. I believe they are because so it starts at noon, and you got like a race every 40 minutes, and then once it gets closer, it's like an hour. Then it's like an hour and a half between the next. So I believe that there's like at least 3 or 4 races on NBC before the Derby.
All right. I know that there's a lot of pregame.
There's a lot. Like, how much can you talk about horses?
That's what I mean. Yeah. Especially because, again, on that specific day, 95% of the people watching are never watched.
Yeah. Never watched before, but they got $100 on something.
Yeah.
Mix and match of different things, and they're excited. It's great.
Nothing worse than when that race goes off and your horse is just
right away pinched out. You're like, well, I'm done.
Yep. So all right, sounds good. Good luck on the Derby. I'm sure I'll talk to you before then.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try and put something out. Maybe I'll test that Facebook Live and put my bets out. Not that anyone's gonna want those. But we'll see how it goes. We are on the 4 major podcasts. I'm working on some new stuff to get some little short clips up there too. But iHeartRadio, Spotify, YouTube, and what's the other one?
Do we do Apple?
Apple. That's right. For some reason, I always forget the Apple. So yeah, link and subscribe onto some of those, and may all your bets come in. I'm gonna go up and watch some of the end of these hockey games, and maybe in for the Lakers. But that game last I looked wasn't looking pretty. So,
told you.
I know. No.
Listen to me sometimes.
So, all right, sounds good, Tommy.
All right, man.
All right, see ya.